Hey, welcome back to the Coffee Chat. Today we are talking about one of the most highly anticipated political showdowns. Of course, the upcoming debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. So whether or not you're a diehard fan of either candidate or you're still on the fence, this presidential election will have vast impacts on all of us. So will Harris bring the heat, or will Donald Trump's signature boldness steal the show? We're going to unpack it all in today's Coffee Chat. So grab your cup of coffee, let's chat. So let's get to the nuts and bolts. So this is the first debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. It's going to be held tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It is hosted and moderated by ABC, but it will be available to view on your other local networks and some of your cable news networks as well. So David Muir and Lindsay Davis will be the ones moderating, of course, asking the questions of the candidates. Now, the debate is going to be held in the battleground state of Pennsylvania at a convention center in Philadelphia. According to a recent CBS News poll, it is showing that right now Harris and Trump are tied in the battleground state. So each candidate is going to get 2 minutes to answer a question, 2 minutes for rebuttal, and 1 minute for any follow-ups or clarifications as needed. The candidates are not allowed to bring in any written notes, but they are allowed to have a pen and paper with them. They also aren't allowed to communicate with any members of their team during the debate either. The debate is scheduled for 90 minutes. The candidates cannot ask each other questions during the debate, and their mics will be muted when the other candidate is not supposed to be speaking. This is something that was agreed upon when President Biden was still the candidate, and he and Trump came to these terms together. There will be no opening statements for the debates. However, candidates will have 2 minutes for closing remarks. Due to a coin flip, Donald Trump has elected to give his closing remarks last tonight. Now, one thing that a lot of people are going to be watching for with this debate for Kamala Harris is where she stands on her policies. Will she lean in and kind of try and defend some of her policy making with the Biden administration, or will she set her own tone and her own policy standards as well? On Donald Trump's end of things, as we know where he stands on the policies, the question really is whether or not his signature boldness and some of his quips that he's known for making in some of these debates, if that's going to land with his constituents, or if he's going to try and lean in on more policies as well. Of course, Kamala Harris and her history as a prosecutor, a lot of experts are saying will give her a slight edge. We've seen her before in debates, and she seems to be very calm, cool, and collected. But a lot of candidates seem that way until they get on the stage with Donald Trump, and he has this innate way of making people kind of adhere to what he goes with. And so when he comes on the attack, they seem to come off as very defensive. So it will be interesting to see what happens this evening. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you planning on watching tonight's debate? And do you already know who you plan on voting for? Weigh in on the comment section for this morning's Coffee Chat. All right, that's all for today's Coffee Chat discussion. Give me a like and hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content on your YouTube.